And welcome back to another episode of Big Six Bants. Of course, it is the late night match reaction show. Liverpool 5, West Ham 1. I am joined by two fellow Gooners and, of course, a fellow Liverpool fan. Even though there's a Crystal Palace top on the right side of the screen, I've actually just noticed that. Yeah. God dang it, what is going on over there? But it's cool, it's fine. It's a Liverpool show. It's his debut on the show. Big up, welcome. Obviously, lifelong Liverpool fan, of course, for those who don't know. Big up yourself, man. It's your debut. How you feeling today, man?
Feeling good. 5-1 win. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Big up, Big Six Banks. Thank you for giving me the platform. Shout out to you, man, as well. Come on, big up, smash a like. Let's get it cracking, man. Let's talk about football.
Good stuff. Also, I'm joined by the two Gooners themselves, Casey and Gooner Lee. My sworn enemy for life and my sworn enemy of YouTube. Man, then we telling me.
I'm blessed, man.
I'm here for KC, bro. I'm here for KC and the Crystal Palace fan, innit? Because it is what it is.
You know what you're saying, bro? We've got tunnel vision, man. Tunnel vision. I'm focused on my game against you, and that's all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Top of the league and them things.
Come on.
Oh, was that 5 minutes and 5 seconds until I heard the first top of the league? Nice.
Yeah. I'm on top. I'm just reciprocating the energy, G. I'm just reciprocating the energy.
Oh, reciprocating the energy. But okay. You guys have been top of the league before I was and was doing that before. So maybe I was reciprocating your energy when I was top of the league, you know? Anywho, make sure you guys are smashing the like button already. There's already 76 people in the house, 77 and counting. So make sure the first thing you guys do, whether you're watching this now or watching this back, smash the like button and make sure you subscribe if you're new. We are 16 subscribers away from 7,300 subs. You can see it at the bottom on the ticker there. So again, make sure you guys smash the like button and again, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment after and get in conversation and get active and all that stuff. Make sure to follow us on all socials as well. Get at the TikTok, Instagram, and the Twitter as well. We have another guest on our way. He will be a little while. He's someone who's very familiar as well. And of course, last thing we need to announce just before we get started is the Big Six Bants Arsenal versus Liverpool preview, featuring Troops, myself, Casey, Kiers, Matt, Drifty, Cal. It is a big star-studded panel. Now, Gooner Lee, if you're ready and if you would like, there is a space. Babs unfortunately cannot make it. So there is a space there, So if you'd like to be there, you can be there. If you don't want to be there, you can watch from there. But be there on the preview.
I'm there, man. I'm there.
Oh, you're there. Oh, you're there now. You can't.
We're roasting up whatever they got on that top. Is that a rooster or something? Whatever that is, something a roast up.
You know these men turn funny, man. If you know what Liverpool fans when the light hits them, they turn funny, man. They're like that gold chain when your neck turn green and that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I have no cutback.
You know these man, bro. You know these man. When the shit hits the fan,
We saying it's like a stim shot. That's a stim shot for you.
Wait, when was the last time Arsenal won at Anfield?
2012.
2012.
Yes, the end of the world. The end of the world.
The last end of the world. Yeah, the Olympics.
The last end of the world.
No, not bad. But the thing is, Bearman haven't beat Liverpool at Anfield in time, so it's not like
I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
But you're coming with the energy that you're giving. It seems like you're coming to Anfield to do damage.
No, not at all. As I say, when you're at home,
you know what, Casey? You know what's funny? You know what, Casey? You know what's making me crack up? Yeah, I just did a show with these two pagans. Can I read what the title is called? It's the Liverpool versus West Ham match reaction, but they're talking about the Arsenal game. When I did this before, quietly. We'll sit back quietly. Even asked me to step forward. When I sat forward, they didn't like it. You see now, yeah, we're meant to be talking about the West Ham win where they won the World Cup because they beat a team 5-1 today. They scored 5 goals and they conceded 1 goal against Jerry Bowen, who I know they're linked to. And now all of a sudden we're meant to be, waxing lyrical, making sure that they know that they're on top. So they got all their confidence back. So now that we're on this show, Are we following proceedings or are we doing this? Because I can do whatever, baby. I can do whatever.
Listen, Greenlee, my brother. This is never a foul. You know, there's no structure to this. There is never any structure to Big Six Bands. We like to keep structure, of course. There is a slight structure, but Greenlee, you're not a stranger on this channel. This is not the first. This is like the 100th time you've been on this channel. So you are no stranger here. Yeah, so please do not act like this is the first time you've dusted your shoes on our carpet. Please.
This ain't your first radio.
This ain't your first rodeo, bro. This ain't your first rodeo. You know what I'm saying?
No. But Mons, seeing as let me know what you want to talk about. Because if you want to talk about the West Ham game, we can talk about that. If you want to talk about the Arsenal game, we can talk about that. But just let me know which direction we're going in it.
Yeah, no, listen.
As your host, just let me know what direction we're going to.
That's fine. So again, let's talk about the result briefly. So obviously Liverpool 5, West Ham 1. Solid performance. We didn't let them breathe. I felt like for many parts of that game, I didn't even flinch. I'll be honest, the Bowen goal was a banger. That was disgusting. Bring him to my club. I've been saying this. This guy's the truth. I don't care what anyone says. That death row contract has got me upset that he's on at West Ham. He's on a death row contract for the next 8 years. I don't know how they did that. But it is what it is, isn't it? Like, I'm not going to lie. West Ham, they weren't at it today. You know, Liverpool were. Curtis Jones ran from the halfway line and scored. Had another banging goal as well. Trent 2 assists, actually. 2 of them, actually. Salah missed an open goal and scored 2 seconds later. Gets his customary goal. Gakpo finally scored. If he was anywhere in the game, to be fair. Finally done something.
Nunez?
Nunez? Don't ask me stupid questions, Casey. Big up Harvey Elliott for the performance as well. Big up Harvey Elliott as well for the performance. Jones man of the match. Who else was there? Who was the other squad?
Timicas. What Mons? Are you not on board with me with Joe Gomez? Or am I like? Is no one like?
No. Joe Gomez been doing his thing. It's just that I wanted him at my club. I wanted him at my club last year, innit? So I'll give it a little bit longer. Like I wanted him out to my club. I said he can never play a game at. I said word for word, he can never play a game at centre back for Liverpool ever again. Those are my words last season. I was in a bad way last season. I was in a bad way.
It was down bad.
Liverpool had me DB. So your club will do that to you. So let me give it a little bit longer for Joe Gomez. But so far he's been all right. He ain't been too bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like left back thing. I don't want to ever see that again. But he's been okay when he's come in.
Yeah.
Who was the other one? Sabozda obviously scored the opener as well. That's who I was missing. Nunez wasn't bad today, innit? But like. There's a slight echo, by the way. I don't know what screen that might be coming from. Slight echo. Hold on. Is yours working? Hello? Okay, so no. I think there's a slight echo. Hello. It's not. I don't think it's. Wait, Lee, unmute. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, Case. I think it might be coming from yours. There's a slight echo. It's like do you have AirPods? Do you have your AirPods on you?
No. But is it still echo? Let me just turn it down.
Maybe turn your volume down. I don't know. Nunez was all right, but the guy just lives offside. Like it gets to the point where when this guy's offside, I actually feel like punching. I'm just constantly fighting air particles. Why am I beefing particles in the air in my room? Because this guy lives offside. Why? Okay, it was a nice little pass to Curtis Jones, but I didn't really see anything else from him. Like, I just need more. But we won 5-1, so I'm not going to do the Nunez thing today. I'm not going to do Monts's Nunez agenda today. I'm not going to do it today. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to, let me big up players before I start slandering Nunez. Innit?
No, but Montel, I think you need to kind of get into it, though. Like, you've got a big game coming up on the weekend, whether you like it or not, because you've said cheeky comments like, the United game will be harder than the Arsenal game and all this rubbish. So those comments have come out. So I think you've got to get into these players that are realistically going to start. Nunez is probably going to start, and yet another game where he needed to get his confidence up. And yes, he did play well. I don't think he had a bad game. And he did get the assist for Curtis Jones' first goal. But as a striker, assist ain't getting the motor ticking. It's not getting the motor ticking, it's goals. And yet another game and no goals. So, yeah, but I think we have to get into it. Like, let's not rush over it, you know what I mean?
You know what makes me laugh? as well about this, about Liverpool players and Nunez and stuff like that. The KCs. When Nunez goes in his purple patch, when he scores a couple of goals and everybody's saying, yeah, he causes chaos and he's an amazing player, it's all right. But when Havertz goes on his little purple patch, no one gives him the, he's all right, but he's going to go back to being crap. But everybody says, oh, Nunez, no, he's a good player. He's just going through a bad patch of run. What's that now? 11 games or whatever he is, hasn't scored in a row. Like, listen, man, for me, look, I'm not here to shit on any player. I'm not here to make it a pity party either. But ultimately, a lot of these players at Liverpool have Diaz. He's another one. Listen, it's very sad what's happened to him. It's very sad what happened to his dad. His dad's now back and all good and all safe. But when he scored against Luton, people were saying, Warrior, that's what we needed. He's up for the fight. He ain't scored since. He ain't done nothing. So for me, it's like all of this picking and choosing. Yeah, I just don't like it, man. I don't like all of that stuff. If you're gonna back something, back it and say it in your chest. And that's for me where I feel like Liverpool fans, they're getting. And listen, I saw the game today, and I saw Nunez. Sorry, I saw Luis Diaz come off the bench. He looked dead. He was dusty when he came.
Yeah, he was dusty. Still.
Yeah, he looked horrible.
But this is it, Monto. This is another. This is the Mane replacement. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What is this what I meant to be?
It's looking spooky. It's looking spooky in the light. And listen, going back to the Nunez thing, look, I've got him in my fantasy league, so I'm not going to be shameless. Like I'm not going to sit here and saying he's not that guy. But for me, I said the same thing for Jesus. I don't feel necessarily that Jesus is the type of striker that wins you the league. I don't believe Nunez is the type of striker that wins you big trophies at Liverpool. That doesn't mean they're not good, because we know Jesus is good and we know that Nunez has got quality. The 2 goals he scored against Newcastle showed me you've got that something about you, because those are great finishes. For me, you're not good enough to win the big trophies. For me, you're just not. And
even though we have our differences on football, I've been on this Nunez thing since day one.
I know. I know. It's Roms.
I'm saying
for
Liverpool. I'm saying for Liverpool. Not so much.
This is where I differ. I back Nunez. However, I must agree, because at the end of the day, the football speaks for itself. So when you go in 10 games without scoring a goal, I have to start questioning it. And then I'm looking at the gaffer. So what is your plan? So we're all trying to give him time, because obviously Liverpool is really good at protecting their sort of players. Cool.
Yeah.
Put him on the bench. I would say put him on the bench and use him as a super sub. I wanted him to bag in the Europa League as well, and that seemed as well not to do really so well as well. I was saying bring your Europa League games, then bring that into the Premier League games and start bagging goals. But so far he hasn't done that. And you're looking at him; he is our main striker at the end of the day. So I'm looking at Klopp as like, okay, what are you planning to do with him? Obviously, I trust Klopp, as I looked at him with his relationship with Lewandowski as well. So I'm seeing if he can do something similar with Nunez, because at the end of the day, he is a goal scorer and he can score goals. The question now is, how patient are Liverpool fans going to be with him? Like I said, I'm still going to back him, and I still believe that we can have a Nunez to win trophies. I still feel like he's good enough to be in our squad. But yeah, I am questioning you when, 11 games now without scoring. And once and clearly said, the offside thing, at this point, it's becoming comical because it's silly. Bro, stay on side, bro. Because you knew West on a high line. So just stay with your defender and then just wait. Just wait. Just hold your line. Then go.
I would rather, if I was a Liverpool fan, sit there and see him maybe be a bit later to the runs, just to show that he's trying to keep on side, like he's got his eye. For me, he just looks like he's always trying the same thing, and he's not looking. He's just trying the same thing. I'm offside. I'm this. The little petulant stuff, like kicking the ball, arms up and that. Like, it's all a bit. He needs to just get back to the basics and focus on doing what he does best, bro. For me, today he showed glimpses of that. You know, just running in behind passes, because his awareness sometimes is all right. He has decent awareness. Like, he does look around and he does sometimes, you know, see if there's a better option or look for the good. Like, he does have that in his game. It's just that it comes in, it's too sporadic. It will come in like 5 minutes in the game, then he'll go back to doing nonsense again. Then it's 5 minutes he'll have, you know what I mean?
But I don't think he'll start against Arsenal. I think this was a good game. Now I think he'll watch on the sidelines. We'll bring him off the bench. I think the likes of Luis Diaz, Cody, and Salah will probably start. I think that's how. I don't think Klopp will start him with this type of game. I think off the bench, I think this will be great for him, but I don't think he will start because
because Cody bagged, he might.
Yeah, but what do you think? Because I personally think we played well when we have Cody, and I think today. I know there's times where he goes missing, but I think that's because our midfield don't feed the balls really to the midfield. It's always to the sides, and then it goes through the middle when it's inside the box. But I think when we start using Cody, when he comes in deep and picks up the ball, things get really ticking with Cody that I really like. As opposed with Nunez, at one point he was drifting out wide, and like, bro, you're a striker. It's like with that same problem with Harry Kane. When Harry Kane always drops deep, bro, I'm like, bro, just stay up there. We'll find you. Same with Haaland. Kevin De Bruyne's like, don't joke with that one. Don't try to come to that midfield thing, bro. Stay over there. I'll find you. So in my sense, I think with Nunez, sometimes I think his positioning is just a bit lax. Well, I'm seeing on the wings, bro. Salah's right there, bro. Get in the box. You know what I'm saying? Be that poacher because I know in the box you can call something. So that's why I think I like a bit of a Cody a bit more. But then if Arsenal are going to play that football with us, that toe-to-toe football, you will like a Nunez. But can my man even stay onside? Do you get what I'm saying? Saliba and Gabriel will just push up. You know, he's offside again. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think if I'm talking, if everyone, I think my preference is Gakpo, and I'm not gonna lie, I do prefer Gakpo, but my issue with Gakpo is that he just becomes ineffective in games way too quickly. Like he becomes ineffective, and when I'm talking, bro, I've got in fact just before I even go into this, because this is a little pre-run for tomorrow.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hey,
Cal,
Hi.
I'm so happy that you're gassed. This is what I need. I need this.
No. I'm just wondering
give me
why
your
you're
energy.
looking down. Why are you looking down, Lee?
You know what makes me laugh about these Liverpool fans even
There's
more,
that
yeah?
energy I wanted to see.
One little win. You know, one little win against these minnows, one of the worst teams that I've seen, one of the worst performances. I think they had 2 shots in the whole game.
Didn't they get a draw against you last season?
Out. So you lost to Tottenham. So what? Like, stuff happens. What are we talking about?
We know what happened in that Tottenham game.
Come on,
but didn't you lose to what was it? Not in the Forest last season as well.
No, we did. You're right. We didn't lose to Villa.
Stuff happens, man.
As well.
And we didn't lose to West Ham. We didn't lose to West Ham. Did you lose to West Ham?
I know, because you drew point. You listen. You drew to Luton, which was even worse.
Okay.
I just want to know: do you still feel as confident as you did a week ago?
Listen, this isn't the preview. Tomorrow, please. Calm on.
Listen, we got a lot of football to talk about over the next 24 hours.
Oh,
but
we do.
Just to answer your question, welcome. I do prefer Gakpo over Nunez, but I have to be a grown-up and say, if I'm going to start one of the two, I'm starting Nunez, because I constantly have to put out a search warrant for Gakpo in football matches. I'm having to plaster a picture of his face everywhere and see if anyone can find him. Because Lord knows, even today, we battered West Ham for 89 minutes, and I still couldn't find him. The only time I know he scored.
That's a bit too harsh on Cody. I think today, he was all right. Holding up the ball, bringing it.
Bro, for me, if I drew his heat map, it would be blue. I'm not the blue flame. Bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And again, he scored a good goal. And again, for me, he's tidy. For me, he strikes the ball cleaner than Nunez. He's better on the ball than Nunez. He's nowhere near as quick as Nunez, but when Cody gets going, he gets going.
No, he has pace on him. Right, that 7-0 we went against Man United. Bro, if you see the pace when we scored the second goal, Cody was
of course. Like when he gets going, but Yaya Toure is fast when he gets going. It's one of them ones. He's one of those tall guys with big strides. Pogba's quick when he gets going. He has 76 pace on FIFA, but when he gets going, he should really have about 88 pace. Let's be honest. But I just feel like with Gakpo, for me, it's very. I can't see him enough in games, and when he's on the ball, he doesn't make things happen as much as I'd like him to, from what I saw in his pomp when he was playing false 9 last season. Now, I don't know whether this means he's a rhythmic player and he needs a run of games. And I don't know whether it's, I don't know whether it's a thing where he just prefers to be out on the left. But even when he's out on the left, I just forget he's there. I don't know. If I'm being too harsh, let me know, Kai. If I'm being too harsh, let me know, innit? But
you know what, Munch, as well, right? If I wasn't paying much attention, I would have thought you're talking about Szoboszlai.
What?
Or Odegaard in big games.
Oh yeah, that's
listen, man. Potato. Listen, potato, man. Or I could go Harvey Elliott. I could go
McAllister. My captain stands up in the big games.
Harvey Elliott was massive. Harvey Elliott was everywhere.
I wouldn't know who you were speaking about. I could say, you know what, Diaz. I just wouldn't really know who you were speaking about if you didn't mention a name there. So, we could go for a couple of your players.
Martinelli this season.
But Lee, don't you think that's a bit weird? Because listen, come on. If you said you watched the game, Harvey Elliott was absolutely everywhere today. Everywhere today. Yeah, so was Curtis.
Listen, man. They do say even a broken clock's right twice a day. So let him have his good performance. But soon come Saturday. Soon come.
I can't let Callum just breeze past what you said. Did you say Harvey Elliott has more?
I asked, does Luis Diaz have more goals than Martinelli this season?
The Martinelli. Is that your rebuttal for?
I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
Listen, we're not going to do the GA thing. If that's what we're relying on, we all watch games. We all watch full night.
No, but Casey,
how many minutes? How many good minutes has Diaz had? How many good minutes?
He hasn't had great minutes this season.
Casey, why did you just say we're not going to do the GA thing with Martinelli and Diaz when you talk about Havertz and Szoboszlai, the first thing you talk about is GA. The first thing you talk about is GA. The very first thing you have to mention. Why is that?
No, I don't. Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, not at all.
I mentioned important goals. But I don't really mention the GA. I don't even know Havertz is GA.
Bro, when you talk about Havertz, all man are mentioning this is 4 goals against these teams. The Brentford header, the goal he scored the other day, and the other 2 goals. I can't even remember. So those are the 4 goals everyone rants and raves about.
Goes, I think they're just important moments.
Important moments.
They're important moments, isn't it? He's scored important goals this season.
Right.
100%, bro.
Right. And for me, Szoboszlai is a combative 8, and Havertz is an 8/striker. Sometimes he plays striker, sometimes he plays 8. So why can't we use GA with the wingers, especially goal scoring wingers? Martinelli, everyone was talking about GA when he scored 15 goals last year.
But I'm just saying simply, if your rebuttal to Martinelli's performances is Diaz has more goals, that says everything I need to know.
That's my only rebuttal.
I need to know.
That's the perfect argument. Do you know why it's the perfect argument? Because both of them performance-wise have been arse. Both of them arse. 2 arses of the same cheek. So what else do we have to measure them by? Their height?
You know what?
I disagree.
I always struggle with this. You put the
disagree.
same expectations. You put the same expectations on a 26-year-old as you do on a 21, 22-year-old. And listen, I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not trying to do that. I'm definitely not doing. Oh, Martinelli shouldn't have expectations because he's a great player. But all I'm saying, hold on a second. All I'm saying is you put this guy to come in and be the difference maker. He's meant to come in and replace Mane. People put him on this level the same way how there's a certain one of my other brothers, they'll be calling Kwanzaa VVQ. I'm like, what? This is what Liverpool fans do. They put these players the same way how
we've seen dub plates made 2 seasons in a row for your players. Dub plates.
Listen, the same way how you get the Hungarian Steven Gerrard. You put your players up there on a level they don't.
You do the same thing. You do the same thing for Saka. When Saka was scoring goals, you try and compare him to Salah.
What's Smith Rowe's nickname, Lee?
Well, I don't know what his nickname is.
The Croydon De Bruyne.
No, genuinely. Unless you're going to tell me. I don't know.
The Croydon De Bruyne.
You haven't heard that one?
Yeah, all right, cool.
I was hearing Bergkamp. I was hearing Dennis. I was hearing that we've signed the reincarnated Bergkamp. Remember that one?
Yeah,
The
man.
Bergkamp
Listen,
comparison.
you know the joke of it, yeah?
They're comparing to Bobby Firmino. It's like he's doing the
Oh,
Bobby
hey,
Firmino role.
we had the new Firmino.
The new
That one.
Firmino.
The joke of it, yeah. We get told that you got the new you got the new N9, whatever you call him, Nunez. This is all I'm saying is that you put your players on positions that they shouldn't be on. Our players perform, in my opinion. I think they perform to a level where they can get that respect. But you put your players up saying you're not doing anything with it. You don't put yourself
Partey
up
was
there.
The best DM in the world. Partey was the best DM in the world because he had 6 good games.
He was
at
the
the
best
beginning of
DM. He was the best DM. He was the best DM.
This is
He
what
was
I
the best
mean.
DM last year.
Yeah, this is it, Lee. Yeah, this is it, Lee.
He
It's
was.
scaring me. It's scaring me, bro.
Bro, I saw
He was the
Cecil
best DM.
wearing a t-shirt in front of a Christmas tree with a league.
Okay, can I
table
just
on.
speak on this? Because I'll tell you. Let me tell you.
I saw
No,
Robbie,
hold on.
Lynch, and a couple other men dancing outside the stadium. The Neo. You want to talk about
Wait,
bro?
Listen. I want to speak on the Cecil. Hold on the Cecil thing. Cecil did that. He wanted to drop a bond because he went to CONCACAF to do the whole World Cup thing and then he went to Argentina. So he just wanted to do some stupidness. That was nothing serious, but people took it in a way
So
that
what about
obviously
Rice Baby?
If you won that league, you'll be like, oh yeah, he knew. The vision.
You know what makes me laugh? Yeah, you know what makes me laugh about? You've got Cecil's number. You've got Robbie's number, and you ask me. Why are you asking me?
Because you just
like you group the fan base with us. We're doing it with you. You're all the fan base. You're all the fan base.
You all do it. There's a select few for Arsenal, but you all.
So we're both looking in the mirror. Then we all do it. Then we're all in the same camp. Then Lee, we're all in the same camp.
Arsenal's fans
you
are the
do
worst.
it. All of you. All of you. You all do it.
Definitely.
Now, anyway, I was just doing some soul searching, and Martinelli has played actually 100 more minutes and has started 14 games this season, compared to Diaz's 1,000 minutes. So he's played 100 minutes less and started 2 games less. And Diaz has scored more goals. Remember, Diaz's first 2 goals came in game week 1 and 2. So and they've both been asked this season before anyone thinks I'm propping up Luis Diaz, who deserves to see nothing but bench for Liverpool. That's what I mean when I say GA can. GA is a perfect parameter for them. It's the fact that what scares me is that Mudryk actually has the same amount of goals as Martinelli. That is what's crazy to me.
Chelsea's in the Carabao Cup, and you're not.
I can go a bit further in that. I can go further in that and say Richarlison has more goals than Gabriel Jesus. Is that another conversation people want to talk about?
How many goals is Diaz got in the Premier? How many goals is Diaz got in the Premier League?
I can also talk about Saka's 5 Premier League goals, when I think 3 of them are penalties or 2 of them are penalties. And he's having a stellar world-class season clearly as well in the Premier League. I can talk about a lot of things when it comes to goals and assists, and we can talk about Arsenal's front 5 being the most electric thing to touch water. That's gonna be amazing when their attack's been as shit as ours in recent weeks.
Can I just ask you one question? How many of those goals have been in the Premier League? Because I wouldn't be surprised if half of those goals aren't against those farmers that you're playing on Thursday. I'll be honest with you.
No, these are Premier League stats. These are Premier League stats. So for the Arsenal fans saying I have no ball knowledge, these are Premier League stats. So don't be angry at me for using Premier League number. I didn't pluck them out the sky.
I was just asking a question. I'm just asking. I was trying to fuck around and find out, and I found out. I was just asking.
Man is saying I have no ball knowledge. It's not my fault Richarlison has more goals than Jesus. That's not my ball knowledge. That's me stating a fact. Would you say, Carl?
Listen.
I'm writing these down.
All I'm saying is.
All I'm
saying, listen, you can use all these barometers. You can use all these barometers, yeah. You can use all these barometers, but ultimately we're top of the league. Yeah, we're going into a big game on Saturday. We're top of the league, and our players ain't done what we done last season. Our forward line. Listen, I'm very happy with what's going on with the team. We're spreading our goals around in the team. We've got, I think, more than 11 or 12 goal scorers in the team. So. Listen, I'm not sitting here giving any blinds, but as I said, this is the same world-class team where your manager said you've got the best right back, best keeper, best. He went through the whole 11 last 2 seasons, 2 years ago, only 2 years ago. It was the start of last year. He said it 2 years ago. So, and these are the same players. There's only 1 or 2 players that are not there. So for me, all I'm saying is when you get your manager doing that. Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, that is a good point.
apart from Salah.
That is a good point. But listen, this is the same manager that does this. He props his players in a position. And listen, rightly so. He's the manager. He's going to do that. But when you put your players up there, they have to perform. When you buy a replacement for Mane, he has to perform. And all I'm saying is, I don't understand why some of these players get compared to the likes of Saka. Saka isn't this player that he shouldn't be compared to Mo Salah. That's not to say that Saka isn't a good player, but when people not me. I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. That people say. I should have said that. People say that Mo Salah and Saka shouldn't be compared. I do. I think they should be. I think you know what I think about Saka. But all I'm saying is funny when you lot say, "Oh yeah, this about Martinelli." You say this about the likes of Saka when these guys are all 6, 5, 6, 7 years ahead of them in terms of that. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like you lot don't want to rate Saka. You lot don't want to rate Martinelli. We know what Martinelli does against Trent every year. We know what Martinelli does Trent against him. We know what Martinelli does against him, man. So it is what it is.
Okay. I mean, does anyone? Cal, did you want to rebuttal that one? Cal, sorry, I think. Cal, did you want to go with that one?
I'd like to say I rate Saka probably more than most Liverpool fans. I wanted Saka. You know this anyway, Lee. I wanted Saka at Liverpool from before he signed the contract.
Yeah, you did. He saw sense though.
I just don't understand the comparisons with Salah. Like it's I find it very weird, and it's a real reach for me. Like Saka for me last season was excellent, but it's one season where he's been excellent. Other seasons he's been very good, but it's one season he's been excellent. I've seen Salah be the best right winger in world football since 2017. We're now in 2023, and no one's still better than him. So yeah, these players can have one season here, one season there better than him, but I need to see longevity. I need to see consistency, and I don't see that from any other winger like I see it from Salah. And again, I'm not even saying Salah's the same person he was or the same player he was a season or two ago, but he's still the guy. Like if he went to Arsenal, Saka's got to have to change position. Saka's going to have to go left wing. That's not because Saka's rubbish. It's you're signing someone who's superior. Just like if Harry Kane was to join,
I would go off the fact that I don't think that it's a thing where he's got to change wing because he's better than him. I just think he's got a better goal output. And I'll be honest, people ain't gonna like what I say, and I've said it for years. I've said it for years and years and years. The majority of Mo Salah's career, he has been a goal machine. I said he's one of the best, if not one of the best strikers or finishers in the league. I said he is up there with the best, but he is not that amazing footballer that people make him out to be. And someone just even said in the comments, James MK, has Saka scored 200 goals? No, because he isn't 30 years old. He isn't 29 years old. So you're not going to get that level of output from him. But when you do look at him, what you're seeing from Salah and you're seeing from Saka this season is the same thing. They're not playing well, but they get goals. You see today, Salah, I watched the game. He didn't listen. He came on the pitch. He wasn't great, and he got a goal. But this is what he, in a nutshell, being very simplistic, what Salah's done is he's managed to get lots of goals and assists without playing well. And I always say that's not to take anything away from him as a footballer. That's not to say he's not he's not good. That's not to say that he hasn't got skill level. That's not to say that he can't do things on the ball that others can't. Because I've not seen Saka score a goal when he ripped Man City against Cancelo and all of them, man, and popped it in top corner. But when we're talking about these top echelon players like Salah, we ain't gonna go crazy and go like that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I'm agreeing with you. But what I am saying is that for me, I just don't see Salah being this like amazing like technician of a footballer. But he's he gets numbers. He gets numbers, and that's it.
I agree.
That's it.
He's not an amazing technician. I'd be the first to say that he's not an amazing technician.
It's not.
Like you saw his shots today, where you're thinking, right foot, Salah, you're better than that. But over the course of the season, he's going to have way more good games than he will have bad games. And even in his bad games, he's still going to give you something as well. That for me is a sign of a world-class player.
Cal, I strongly disagree. I believe he is a technician to an extent, not to the likes of Eden Hazard, not to that extent, but Salah is still a very good technician in the sense that it's not pleasing to the eye. So you know how you see the outside of the foot pass that Ozil played. Erdegaard played. Casey, you and Gunnar would have saw the outside of the foot pass he played not too long ago.
Yeah.
To Saka.
Oh, that
Bro,
dirty one to Saka.
dirty, disgusting, disgusting pass. I've seen Salah do that to Mane.
So what's that? Wishes he could.
I've seen Salah do that to Mane in a Champions League semi-final to dump them out at the Allianz Arena. I've seen him do that on the biggest stage. But because when Salah does it, man's off balance, his hair's messy, and he's got a hairy six-pack. No one gives a fuck, bro.
No, but the thing is, though,
man's got a hairy six-pack. So when man does, when man dribbles, then he looks like he's gonna fall over. Man, don't rate it. Same with Suarez. Do you know how long I used to think Suarez wasn't technical because he's always falling over when he's not magging, man? And then when I realized the 100th time he's done, I was like, yo, you know what? This ain't even fluke, you know.
But you see, the problem is, for me,
I know Suarez is different, innit? Suarez is different when it comes to technical compared to Salah, but I'm saying that Suarez used to looks like he's falling over, bro. Every time he nutmegs someone, he's falling over. When he's doing
the thing for me though, when I look at Saka,
like, sorry, but I'm saying, I'm just saying, in terms of technical ability, Salah has good technical ability, bro. It's just not pleasing to the eye, and it's messy.
I know. But listen, when I look at Saka, the thing I didn't like about what people keep always mentioning is about Saka. People keep saying, "Oh, he didn't do it in the Champions League. He didn't do this. He didn't do that." Listen, man. For me, look, like, the guy has been up there, done it in the World Cup, done it in the Euros. He's done it everywhere he's gone. He's got numbers. He's got goals. So I'm not too sure what more this guy needs to do. I'm not too sure how he gets in this World Cup bracket because I remember people were saying Mahrez is world class before he won anything, and when he went to Leicester and he was still winning, he won something. You know, people then just automatically put him in the world class bracket because he won. Like, it's just one of those things that people just be out there just saying any old madness. I think Saka's world class. I don't see how he can't. He's getting numbers. He gets performances. He scores against the big teams, especially at home. He gets assists against the big teams, especially at home. Like,
but you know what? You don't have but you know what? There's one aspect of it as well. You don't really have trophies to Saka's name like that. So, for example, like with a Salah,
how many trophies has Kane got though? Let me know.
No, fair enough. But like, if we're talking about, let's say, the likes of Salah and the likes of, let's say, Saka,
world class.
But
people
you want to associate them with trophies as well.
Yeah,
sorry.
Listen, I have my reasons for why I don't call Saka world class for me, because he's had one world class season in my opinion. And when I look at the players who are now consistently called world class, Kane wasn't allowed to be world class until he'd done it for 3 seasons. Salah was called a one season wonder for about 2.5 seasons, and then people started calling him world class and giving him the accolades, especially when a trophy came with it as well. Especially when Liverpool hadn't won a trophy in 7 years prior to that. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is what I mean when I say, for Arsenal players, the world class tag is so much easier. It's so much easier to go and get that tag. And of course, I know you're going to back your players, but it's taken other players that don't play for your club so much longer to acquire that world class tag. But for your own players, it takes 6 months or it takes a year. Without any trophies, by the way, without any trophies. Do you know who was world class? Alexis was world class. That is world class. He was world class. Ozil was world class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? None of these men are Ozil or Sanchez. Saka is not Sanchez. He's not
Sanchez. When we say though, yeah, you see what it is though, Monster. When we say some of our players are world class, I think there's 3 players right now that we would say that are world class. I think Saka. Yeah. I think that's one. I think we know generational. I think you think about Saliba and Declan Rice. And when we look at those 3 players, it is undeniable. These players, so maybe it's foresight, maybe we're looking too far forward, but from what you see, you cannot tell me Saliba is not world class. You can't, on any metric, you can't tell me this guy. And the reason why is because last season, Casey I'm sure you would agree, we would have won the league if we had Saliba. That is how good he is. We didn't come to the
I think there's certain games we wouldn't have lost if he was there.
100%, or even drop post points. So for me, look, I look at Saliba and I look at Declan Rice and I look at Saka and I'm like, look, these men are doing things that the big boys are doing, and they're starting to be more effective, and they're winning games. They're being clutch. They're doing it in big games. They're doing it in the little games. They're doing it. So the last little infinity stone.
Yeah, what? Why do you not call that Tottenham?
Why were your rivals? Why, when it comes to your rivals, were you not using the same metric then?
But people kept saying Kane's world class. People say that. People call him world class.
After 3 years, bro. After 3 years. After 2 years. Come on, bro.
I think we're just playing silly because for me, if you can't call Saka world class, so what is it? If you're the second best winger in the Premier League, second best right winger, that's not world class. So what is the level? Like Declan Rice is arguably the best DM in the league, but he's not world class.
Bro,
Saliba's arguably the best centre back in the league, but he's not world class. It doesn't add up.
Because again, world class doesn't just come with what we've seen in a year's span. You have to this is why I say everyone's reason or everyone's metric for world class, I think, is different. Yeah. For me, if someone goes and has a world class season, they ain't world class. I've seen Michu have a world class season, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I've seen this 22 times in the Premier League. That don't mean a man's world class. He's got to go do it for another year. Or if he's doing it for 2 years, at least maybe try and win a trophy in there somewhere. My metric is you have to do it over a certain amount of time on a big stage for a certain amount of time. Saka has achieved a few of these things already. For me, I need another year. For Saka,
you need another year.
For me, for Rice, I can see Rice's quality already. You can see Saliba's quality already. But I need to see that applied for a little bit longer and for something to be applied.
Saka's been doing it ever since the Euros. Ever since the Euros,
bro,
Saka's been doing it.
Casey, let me tell you this. Let me give you some stats.
The metric is different, yeah? Remember, Saka done well, not last season, the season before when you lot came 5th, yeah? Saka was very good in that season, but he tailed off for the second half of the season. He wasn't that good.
So what, you're allowed to tail off, bro?
No, but this Casey, let me give you this. We are talking world class.
World class.
There is no allowed. You're allowed to do this. You're allowed to do that.
Hold on, let me read you this.
World class. We're talking best in. It's not even just best in your position in the league.
Yeah,
we're talking almost top 5 in the world.
If Saka was at Liverpool, he'd be getting called world class, bro. If you man,
because he would have won trophies. And longevity.
Listen, Saka, when he
wait, let Gouda say this.
He would not start for Liverpool, so there's
no first season.
Alright, that's fine. That's fine.
In his first season, he got 6 goals and assists. Second season, 9 goals and assists. Third season, 18 goals and assists. Last season, 24 goals and assists. He's currently on 20 goals and assists, and we're only in December. You cannot tell me that. That is what I'm trying to say to you. When you look at these players, you see it. It's undeniable.
No, it's all right.
And the other part,
let them fight it.
The other part is it. When I think about Saka for the Euros, as Casey said, and for the World Cup, he was pivotal. He was one of the best players. He was that guy that was pulling England through these big games and through those games. Yes, they faltered, but it's not all on him. It's part of the other players, like your world-class Kanes that faltered. So where do we move this? Where do we move the measuring stick? Ultimately, in every single big tournament, in every single big moment, Saka's there and he's involved. And yes, in the bad moments, he's there as well. But that's the same like every player, because there's been times this season I can say, where has Salah been? I can say, where has Van Dijk been? I can say, where has Alisson been? Because people have funky moments. And I'm not sitting here saying that I'm comparing Saka or to Salah in that regards, because Salah is a seasoned vet. He's won 7 or 8 trophies. What I am saying is, you look at Saka and you're like, yo, the guy is just absolute levels. And I know you guys are agreeing with that, but you're just not ready to go off the hill and say, look, he's that person to kind of put you in a position that you think. But listen, man, for me, Saka is up there with Saliba and with Declan Rice. It is undeniable for me. I just don't see how you can even think about not calling him world class. I really don't.
This isn't even on a clowning them thing, bro. I've just said my metric for world class. They have not matched my metric for being world class. You know what I'm saying? I know what I had to go through to get world class tag for Mo Salah. I know what I had to go through, the battles man had to fight to hear the word world class. I know what Tottenham fans had to hear for 3 years to hear world class. You know what I'm saying? For a guy that's already on 25 goals now in December for Bayern Munich. You know what I'm saying? These men are seasoned veterans, had to fight for their world-class tag. Yeah. And I understand Saka's doing his thing. For me, Saka is literally just under the tier of world-class for me. So I'm not saying he's way off. I'm not saying he won't get there. I believe he will get there. I believe he will. I believe he is in a different league to even Martinelli, in fact. I believe they're not on the same metric for me. That is, I do rate Saka on that metric, Gunali. But for me, man ain't won trophies like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? He ain't pulled his team over the line like that, in my opinion. And it hasn't been long enough. Do you know what I'm saying? And even as I say, it took Kane 5 years. For me, I'm saying 3 because that's what I remember. If it was 5, boy. But
and it took him to leave Tottenham. It took him to leave Tottenham because he knows, right, I ain't going to win a trophy here. And I can't lie. This world class for me, yes, you say about Kane, yeah, but I think he's a great player. And that's what you can say. Like Saka, Saliba, Declan Rice. These are great, great players. But then again, to be that world class tag, to associate that with trophies as well, it just staples your name. So when Kane, obviously, let's say he wins the Bundesliga, you can say that world class. He led his team. He orchestrated that team to the trophies.
I think Kane is already undeniably world class because you can't score 30 plus goals season in, season out for 8 years and not win a trophy. It's still not world class. I think for me, Kane is the only exception to not win. He's literally like the finest minute detail, and I can say. And if someone says he's not world class because he's not won his team a trophy, I'll still even listen to that. I'm not even going to say that's crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll still listen to that. But for me, Declan Rice saw a Champions League ball for the first time 2 months ago. You think I'm going to stand there and call you world class? Impossible.
But Declan Rice has won a trophy.
Rodri was the staple. Yeah, he won a trophy, but he won the Conference League. If man wins the Carabao Cup, no one's screaming world class, bro. No one's screaming world class.
But for the context of West Ham, and I think I'll put Declan Rice there because I think for the context of West Ham, he led his team. He orchestrated that team. He galvanized that team. That gives him that world class players.
I hear it, but for me, that's just what Rice, for me, can't call him world class. It's the 3rd tier of European football. It's it's a cute fairy tale story. It's cute, it's nice. Gaga, goo goo, gaga, gucci, like what Gooney loves to do. But for me, he's already being compared to the man. He's already being compared to the man who won his team a treble and
no. What's happened? He gets compared to the best because
he's already being compared to Rodri. Gunali, I'm not specifying you. You know I'm not specifying you when it comes to this. You already know that, innit? Saka is compared to a seasoned vet. Saliba is being compared to Virgil van Dijk. Seasoned veterans who have literally won it all.
Yeah.
At the highest level.
Can I tell you why though?
Some of these men have come near to that or even done it for 2.5 seasons. So why do they get the title and all these other guys had to do it for 3 seasons plus and win trophies?
You know what?
Of that. Why?
You know what? Yeah, let me tell you the reason why. You see Saka, for example, he doesn't get compared to Luis Diaz. Why? Because he's not that level. He's better than him. Declan Rice. No, but my point is in terms of a wide player winger. Declan Rice, he doesn't get compared to Endo. Why? Because he's better than him. Saliba, he doesn't get compared to Joe Gomez because why? He's better than him. The reason why these players get compared to the top, the level, the highest level, is because they are up there on that level. They are showing that they are currently, maybe not so much Saka, but definitely Declan Rice and Rodri. There's a conversation. Definitely Saliba right now and Van Dijk. There's a conversation. So these players get compared to these top players because they're so good. That's the level they're trying to reach to. So it's a sign of respect. We don't compare bummy players to players that are below them, beneath them. It don't make no sense. So when you look at the players that are being compared to, it only is a sign of respect and you say, look, we're coming for your crown. We're not coming for the lower levels. So, and the other point is, when people could say, oh, someone said in the chat, I want to read out his comment. It was and he wasn't even saying that rude. I can't remember his name. It was Sean C. He said, Mons, how come Lee wants to hype up his players but wants to slander all of ours who have won everything? The only players that I slander are the ones that haven't won anything. I don't talk about Salah in the way that I slander him. I say that he is a great finisher, but I just don't think he's as technically great as everybody. That's just my opinion. That's not slandering him. He's won everything. I talk about Nunez. I talk about Lewis. I talk about Szoboszlai. I talk about McAllister. I don't talk about your top players that won things because I can't. So for me, what did I say? Welcome you. I'm sure you can remember. I said, I don't like when certain players get put on a pedestal and they haven't done anything. That is what I'm talking about. So for me, it isn't to me talking about players that haven't done anything, so that have won everything. Sorry, it's about the players that your Nunez is that split their opinion. And the joke of it, the same players I talk about, you guys talk about, because Monster's been saying for how long he doesn't think that Nunez is on the level. I don't think Szoboszlai is just the level that people put him on, but people keep mentioning this guy like he's literally, as I've said, and as people have said, the Hungarian Steven Gerrard. So if that's what you're going to do, you need to get stick. If Saka was being compared to Mo Salah and he was getting 1 or 2 goals in a season every season, would Arsenal fans not get stick? The reason why we do it is because he's performing not on the same level, but close to, and he's being effective in big games. So what more where do we go from here? How do we show? How did he get to that level or get past it? That's what people don't understand. Like, I don't get why people get so butthurt about it.
I understand the comparison is a sign of respect, because again, it's like when, we realize, when everyone was comparing someone to, every time a right back does well, the first name they mention is Trent, right? And that used to, and that's something that used to wind me up. Oh, bro, it used to wind me up all the time, innit? But then I kind of sat back and gone, wait a minute. The reason people are doing that isn't to spite Trent. It's to say that man's the benchmark, innit? Do you get it? Like, you're being compared because you're the one who's shining the brightest in your position. So if anyone does something well, if Reece James goes on a run of 10 games and looks world class, they're going to start saying he's Trent level or he's better than Trent, because they already see Trent as world class, even as ops. Do you know what I'm saying? So I do understand it's a sign of respect. For me, I just feel like and this is my opinion as well, and as I said, people don't have to agree with me. I just feel like, welcome, if you feel free to chime in on this. I just feel like Arsenal fans lower the world-class bar for their players.
Yeah.
Not all Arsenal fans, but there is, and that's just like, and it's just the same as when Liverpool overrate their players more in a legacy argument. So Liverpool will boost their players up in the legacy argument higher than they should be. Liverpool fans do that. For me, Arsenal fans lower the world-class bar for their players. I don't know. Do you man agree with that? That's what I think. I can admit.
You know what it is as well, right? You also have to take into context the level of wide players or the level of quality that there is. Now, let me give you a little bit of a understanding. Everybody that's in the UK, when you do your GCSEs in year 11, you do your last set of exams. People don't understand that the level of your grade, whether you get a 7, you get an 8, you get a 9, you get a 1, you get a 2, depends on the cohort of the whole of that year group for all the schools in year 11. So anybody who's doing their GCSEs, it doesn't stay the same between if you get a level 7 or get a level 6 from the year before or the year after. They work it out by everybody's results, and then they put the gradings out like that. So when we talk about the classings of world class, the classings isn't going to be the same as it was 10 years because the level has now dropped. It's the same thing. So you don't have a Perez to compare to like that, or a Perez, Figo. Who else can I think of that was in there? Lundberg, McAllister. You don't have that crop of players. So for me, all I'm sitting here saying is, currently, whether we like it or not, Saka is world class, because when you look at the players that he's in the cluster of, when you look at all the metrics, he's up there. He's up there. Other than one metric, okay, fine, the biggest metric, he's not won anything, and actually he's won the FA Cup. He's not won a big trophy. So even going off your metric, welcome, he has won something. So there's nothing you can sit here and say that Saka isn't world class. And for me, you cannot sit here and say that Saliba isn't world class. I'm sorry. And the other point of it, is again how we moved the goalposts. If France had won the World Cup, he would have won the World Cup. Does that make him world class? Does that make Enzo world class because he's won the World Cup? No. So that's where I like the whole winning the World Cup or winning a trophy thing. It is difficult because for me, I just look at it and I'm like, right, what is this player doing? What is he showing? How is he contributing? What is he doing that's making his team effective? Is he making his team ineffective? What are the cluster of players in his position? Where does he rank? For me, there's there's a conversation to be had about Sane, Gnabry, Salah, Saka, and then last
Vinny
season
Jr.
Mahrez, Vinny
Vinny
Jr. Okay,
Jr.
Vinny Jr. and Rodrigo, 7 players, give or take how you want to put them. That's the cluster that he's in. Unfortunately, we don't have any say. We don't have any choice. I wouldn't put Luis Diaz, for example, in that cluster. I wouldn't put Moussa Diaby in that cluster. I wouldn't put Leon Bailey in it because he's a level above that. He's just so much better and more effective. Maybe it's because of the team. Maybe it's because of the fact that he plays every single game. He's got 200 appearances and he's 22. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, big up Enigma. He says Salah has to pass the City test first.
But,
I mean, I think he's already done that even when he was at City, but maybe he hasn't. I don't know. We'll chat that with big up Enigma every single time. By the way, people, we haven't got too long left. Unity, I know you can't stay on too long as well. We have 200 people in the house right now, and we are currently on 81 likes. Now, for the content we have tomorrow, and Lee, do you mind telling them what we really got going on tomorrow? Because you've seen the last two. You're going to be a part of the third one. Like, tell them what they're in for tomorrow. Because I don't think they know, bro. I don't think they know what's really
tomorrow.
about
Yeah,
to go.
Tomorrow is going to be a bloodbath, bro. Listen, Troops, me, Callum, Mons, Drift, Matt, bro, KC. It's going to be a madness. There's going to be banter. There's going to be laughs. There's going to be, predictions. Someone's going to be mudded. And yeah, man, listen, man, it's gonna be interesting. So listen, man, you lot make sure you're there, you're tuning in, because it's gonna go off. It's gonna be crazy. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that because there's too much talk from the Liverpool fans right now. I think Liverpool fans they're gassed. Listen, I'm happy that they're gassed. So yeah, man, listen, let them keep going, man. Let them keep going.
Yeah, listen, it's actually gonna be a mad thing. As I goes, the last Arsenal Liverpool preview got like 10k views in it. Yeah, there's two. Yeah, the first one got 10k. The second one is on 8k, I believe. And this was when we was on like 3k subs, if I believe so. So yeah, it was just skyrocketing stuff in it. Monsters, they're gonna be a Sunday review this week. I said, there's a Sunday review every week.
What kind of question is that, bro? Of course there is.
Yeah.
I'm about.
Lock in, bro. Lock in.
Wind, fire, rain. There is. How about this? The Sunday show is the one that's on. The only time I think we've ever cancelled a Sunday roundup was for Carnival. That was we moved it to Tuesday just for Carnival. May I say, all 5 members of Big Six Bands are Jamaican. So I think we're allowed to do that. I think we're allowed to move that one show to Tuesday just for Carnival. Gully, do you man agree? Is that okay? I think that one's okay. We're allowed to run that one.
That's valid.
Listen, I'll tell you one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. I was definitely not going to be on no Carnival on a Sunday thing because I was no Big Six Bands on a Sunday thing because I was at Carnival myself. So yeah, I don't know about that, bro.
How about this? Everyone who would have been tuning in were probably going to be at Carnival anyway. So that's why. So apart from Carnival, and I think apart from Boxing Day fixtures, we do a roundup the day after the Boxing Day fixtures because they all happen on one day, innit? That's all. And I think the New Year's one as well. So there's only 3 occasions in the whole year. Every other Sunday, there is a roundup, a root. We don't miss. We don't.
And let me just say one thing: if Liverpool, even no matter what, I would have fucking hosted the show myself, bro. I'll tell you that much. Innit? Like, it is what it is. There is no way. But if I'm telling you now, I'm just telling you now because I did this last week. But luckily, Mons is lucky that I was busy, so busy I couldn't get out of this on last Sunday. If you give this chat and you do not win, you do not because you've got to win. You've got to win, both of you. I'm saying it, both of you.
You've got to win. You've got to win. No,
we both must. But remember, we can't both must. We can't both must. Someone has to.
No.
We can't both must.
You see this, Kadima, I think his name. This is Anfield. You must. Because if you don't, it plays in our hands. Because you've got to come to the Emirates twice in a couple of weeks, and it's spooky on N5. It's spooky over there.
We're doing. I call it. I don't even know what panel to call it. That Arsenal Liverpool panel that we do twice a year. I don't even know whether to call it the All Stars. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what
The
name
All-Star
to give
game.
it. But just know it's happening 3 times this year because we play each other in the cup. So it has to happen again. I have to organize it all again. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh shit, here we go again.
then, like, it's a 3P. We're running the 3P. So listen, you lot are being spoiled, literally spoiled with content. So honestly, you lot, I know we haven't spoken too much about the game, but just quickly now, just to run welcome, just some of your thoughts on the game quickly before we can quickly end this, because we've obviously got the stream in the day tomorrow, which I might even just cancel tomorrow's midday stream just to anticipate for the just so man just have the 8:30 thing there. I might, trust me, you lot, yo. They say Liverpool must and Arsenal must, but chat, you must tune in. You must tomorrow at 8:30.
Make sure you tell a friend as well. Make sure you tell a friend.
How about this? Go on Big Six Bants, and in your spare time before tomorrow at 8 p.m, go and watch last year's 2. Go and watch last year's one. The war that took place. As I said, the best day to put it, the way Goodley said it, the bloodbath. You know what I'm saying? One day, how about this? When BSB is on 1 million subscribers, one day we'll have the bloodbath. It will be in the studio. We'll do it in the studio. You know what I'm saying? It will be Goodley and these punks on one side, and it will be me and Cow on the other side. You know what I'm saying? We'll, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it the overlap style. The overlap style. We'll rent a hall. How about this? We'll rent a hall. We'll rent a hall. We'll rent a hall. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Can I just ask one question? Yeah, because I know we're wrapping up. Can I just ask one question? Why is it Arsenal must? Because you man are at home and you're behind us. What what is it? Like, what is it that's
you're top of the table? You've got world-class players like Saka, Saliba, and Odegaard. You've got Kai Havertz.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Right now, don't do that. I didn't say there was. That's nasty.
Win this league. They definitely should.
Wait, can I? Okay, cool. Welcome. There's been better teams like Man City teams that have come to Anfield and not won and still won the league. You need to win because you're now obviously going to be coming to our ground. If you draw, and that's when we must, because we're at home. So why is it we must win?
Because on Saturday the game's at Anfield. You're coming to our ground. Show your fight. You was 2-0 up last season. You came back 2-2. So this time, go and show your grit. So
we might have to play in a neutral ground. What's the whole point? Is that you've got the equalizer for you. The thing that puts you, or the advantage for you, is that you're at home. You've got 57 or 54,000 fans, obviously, because Arsenal will have a few thousand there. You've got 53,000 fans there that are going to be screaming and shouting their heads off. You've got all of that backing. You're at home. You've not lost a game. I think you won like 20-something games in a row that you.
You haven't lost that.
We're undefeated. I believe it's 1 in 50.
Yeah, something crazy. You ain't lost a game in ages. I'm sure the last time you lost, wasn't it either Man City or Chelsea? I can't remember. But point being is that why is it that it's an Arsenal? We must. Yeah. But added on the fact, welcome. What added that your cheeky question was, oh, when was the last time that Arsenal won? And then Monts was like, oh, new age set in 2020, 2012. So if that's the case, why is it an Arsenal must? How does that even make any sense?
Because you're in a better position than us. Arsenal are more likely to win the league. You're in a better position than us. Is that not true? It's right now, your first 11, right now on paper, it's looking good. Arteta's doing really good right now at Arsenal. Declan Rice, world-class player. You got Kai Havertz. You got Gabriel Jesus and Saliba. You have a good structure as well. You have a game plan as well that is very consistent. So you must come to Anfield and beat us. From your perspective, from Arsenal's perspective, you should go into this game thinking, we're better prepped than last season. Cool, let's go again. Let's break that record. They man laugh at us because we haven't won there in time. Let's go and show there. Let Arteta have some fight. Where's the cojones?
No,
you must as well.
It's a we must not lose. It's not a we must win. It isn't. It really isn't.
You're going for the league, big man. You're going for the league. Show your
yes, but what I'm saying. Okay, cool. What? Okay. Perfect example. When Man City have won the leagues, they've not always beaten you home or away. You've beaten them, or you're definitely not away. You always beat them at home.
Yeah, but
still win the league.
But that's different though, because Pep gets rattled at Anfield for no reason. Like as soon as he touches at Anfield, he just gets rattled and he just does weird things at Anfield.
But the same metric happens to Arsenal because we've not won since 2012. So you're saying that Pep gets rattled.
Yeah, but you're a different
we
team,
get
though.
rattled because we don't. But Man City have had better teams and they've still not won. Aguero, De Bruyne, all of these men, and they still haven't won. So my point, what I'm saying is, why is it that
this time? So you're saying that you mustn't lose. So are you going to win the game?
Wait, hold on. So you're saying Liverpool are the underdogs?
I'm not saying
Liverpool are definitely not the underdogs. But if we're when everyone loves to point out
so
our
you
defensive deficiencies, they point out our defensive deficiencies, the fact that we have Endo at DM, the fact that 4/5 of our attackers are not banging right now. The fact that Szoboszlai isn't just out of form, but he's actually quite mediocre and overrated. Gravenberch is injured, McAllister's injured, Matip's no longer there, but they still have Konate, which a lot of Arsenal fans do rate Konate, to be fair. With all these inconsistencies and deficiencies, and the fact that we leak goals and we struggle to keep clean sheets, well, we must be beatable, right?
Must be.
Wait,
right?
hold on. Hold on. You just said you're not underdogs. So what are you? Are you favourites?
We're not. As I said, Gunali, if you ask me, Montel's opinion, Montel Bowen the third, fourth of his name. If you ask me, I said we're smashing you, man. Not as in like 5-0, but I think we generally put you, man, to the sword. I think you win 3-1. That's what I think the score's going to be. However, like people have already called me crazy. People think I'm mad. Welcome probably thinks I'm mad for saying because before the Man U game, I'm gonna say it for the 100th time. I said the Man U game will be an easier game than the Arsenal game. That was my take. And
Wait,
I was, and you know the names I was
who
called.
are favourites?
When I list the names
What
I was
team
called, I
is
was called
favourite?
no Nick Monts. They called me inverted nipples. They say I comfortably sleep on my front. They said I have A cups. They said I got breast reduction. That's what they said to me, bro.
Okay, can you just answer who is favourite? Who are favourites? Who are favourites?
I still think when Liverpool are at Anfield, we're always the favourites when we're at Anfield. I think
Okay,
it's just,
so why is it okay?
the chest of the Arsenal fans makes it almost seem like it's the other way around. Because if you're gonna point out all these deficiencies and you're coming to get signed, because goodly, I know you man think you're gonna win. I know you think you're gonna win this game.
Yeah.
So let's not do that as if you're some underdog. You're the ones who love to scream top of the league, even though it's by 1 point. And that you man are well equipped, and you man are better. You have a better 11 than us. You have a better 11 than us, and you have a better squad than us, and you're better equipped to win the league than us. Why can't you beat us at our own ground?
Yeah,
if you want to put it that way.
All I'm saying, brother, you've just said to me, you both have just admitted that you're favourites. You're the even if it's 51-49, you must, not Arsenal. It isn't a Arsenal. We must. It's you. You must not lose that game. Well, no. You must win. We must not lose. That's just facts. That's how it goes.
Gunali, I've realised. I think you're really scared of Liverpool. That's what I realised. You're scared of Liverpool.
I'm not.
Okay.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
I
think that's actually fair.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Liverpool should win because Liverpool are always going to be favourites because we're at home. But Arsenal are, for me, even my opinion, I say Arsenal are a bit better than Liverpool right now.
Yeah.
Arsenal are a better team than Liverpool right now. So by quality on the pitch, they should win. So it's just whatever way you want to think about it. If you want to think about it just through quality and on paper, Arsenal are the favourites. If you want to think about heritage and history and what Anfield represents, then Liverpool should win. I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about this? If we build up and we can cancel each other, cover out, and we end up drawing 1-1. You never know.
And you know what? For me, listen. For me, obviously, I need to see the context of the game because if we batter you and it's 1-1, obviously I'll be upset. If you batter us and it's 1-1, I'll be happy. But for me, if I'm taking a 1-1 only because of the context of the season, but I would like to play the game and hopefully beat you because I want to open up a gap, and I think that we are capable of winning. But would I take a 1-1? Yes, only because I don't think winning at Anfield makes us win the league because you can still lose, and I don't think you're going to win enough games to win the league. And we've seen. I'm only going off past. The past has shown Man City have come to your ground on multiple occasions, lost, and still won the league. So I'm not going to lose sleep too much No, actually, I said like I will lose sleep if we lose, but I'm not going to lose too much sleep if we don't win. If we draw, I'm calm with it because we go, and you've got to come to our ground, and I'm very certain that we're going to beat you at home. We beat you last season 3-2. Okay, fine. One of the goals shouldn't be. Well, one of the goals definitely shouldn't have stand. The Saka's goal, that was offside in my opinion from what I saw, 100%. But that's VAR. They didn't draw. They didn't have the VAR on, so. Ain't on me, but that's me being honest. Like I'm sitting here saying, I think we were better than you. You had a few chances. Nunez scored a great goal, but Salah was non-existent against Tomiyasu. So listen, man, I'm not gonna like go crazy with it. I'm not gonna like make it seem that we're unbeatable, because we're not. We've shown some deficiencies in our keeper and our left back, but I think we've got enough. And your midfield against Declan Rice, scary sight, man. Could be a scary sight. So anyway, I don't want to say too much more about the game because
there's a lot of stuff that we'll need to talk about tomorrow. But again, I'd say just quickly big up the man for today as a 5-1 win. Great confidence booster for the boys. This isn't the starting lineup we're going to see on Saturday, but for if Gakpo was to start over Nunez, he's got himself a goal. If Szoboszlai was going into this game with no confidence, he's now got himself a goal. If Harvey Elliott needs to come off the bench or even start, he's got himself a man of the match performance for me. If Curtis Jones is starting, which is likely because I don't think Gravenberch is fit enough, I think it's too soon to put him into the game. Curtis Jones had a good game at left centre mid. I think that's going to give him confidence for the game. Arsenal have just battered Brighton, battered a good Brighton side, so they're going to be roaring to go and they're going to be up for it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's good that we gave ourselves this confidence boost. We now have a good. There's 4 teams left in the Carabao Cup. I believe we're the best team in the competition, so we could and should go and win that. Obviously, it's a cup. Anything can happen. Chelsea are more than capable of beating us in the final, but we're also as capable. Both games went to penalties a couple of years ago, so that's going to be a close game. If we are to beat our respective teams in the semis, I expect them to, and I expect us to. So. I can't wait to see what happens in the Carabao Cup. I can't wait to see what happens on Saturday. Saturday is D-Day. It is D-Day on Saturday. But for who? You know what I'm saying? Listen, people, it's been another episode of Big Six Bants. Big up Gunali. Big up Welcome as well. Big up Kopish. Cal's had to sort something out. But it doesn't matter that Cal's not here right now because he's going to be here later on tomorrow. Make sure notification button is hit. I want to make sure we hit 7.3K in this just to start for tomorrow's video. Guys, do look out midday. I might quickly get a Liverpool panel to discuss tonight's game in more detail tomorrow. If anyone's got any time tomorrow around 12 o'clock or something like that, if anyone does want to do that, then listen, we'll especially for the Liverpool side, the Liverpool fan base of the channel, we'll make that happen. We'll talk on the game in a lot of detail for an hour or so. Welcome, of course. If you want to jump in there, let me know if you've got some time for that. But yeah, we'll get that ready. But big up everyone in the chat today, man. Big up Kadima as well. With the inputs, Marcus with the inputs as well. Big up Latif as well. Big up Assad every time as well. Big up Riz as well. All the guys that have come from the Rafal, Kopish, the Big Six Bands people in here as well. 8 p.m. tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. tomorrow in that chat. You must listen. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up every single member in the chat as well. We'll read the list out just in a little second. And big up Sean, Derek, Sean C, TVG, Big Country, and all these guys, man. Listen, we appreciate it all. KLFC, and Jersey Boy and all that and everyone. So just as we close this out, this is going to be redirected as well to Flawless. So make sure you go show Flawless some love as well, man. Every single time. That's someone that we obviously respect and love and we work closely with as well. So make sure you go and show Flawless some love. Big up King Winter Soldier for becoming a member yesterday. Big up Solo, Honestly, BT Slim, Poch, Sadiq, Wu-Tang, Skip to Malu, Kaz, Ed, Roms, Andy, T, Miss T, and Aiden Andrews. You guys, been another episode of Big Six Bands. We're going to leave it on our favorite video today, and we will see you guys soon.
Soft, overrated, pretty boy, a bitch.